seed settings, rope swing, toes, shingles.
I mean, a 145 feels pretty good.
Nice. It's not a round. It's not a round number in a technical term. But
I mean, fuck it.
It feels good.
There's a hole in the floor.
Yeah. 5 more, we'll be at 150.
Wow.
If my math is correct.
It is. Yeah. What a stretch.
Yep. I can add 5.
I mean, I'm no fucking math rocket science.
You know, I know.
I know a guy.
I'm an optometrist, not a.
How's the shingles doing?
Sucks.
Brian might have shingles. Which is like, I mean, that's like the closest you can get to being a pirate.
Yeah.
Like, it's such a pirate disease.
Is it?
Got like scurvy and fucking shingles.
Well, shingles is just, it's a
Mumps.
free flare up of chicken pox.
Oh, which is the bigger, like a grown up version?
It's a grown up version
like
of it.
You supersized it?
Yeah.
Did you, I mean, what?
I don't know what happened.
Yeah.
It just like from my right rib.
Yeah.
Around to the middle of my back on the right side. Aches, and then my skin is just on fire. So like wearing a
Sounds
shirt,
not fun.
Just every time I move, it rubs on my skin. It feels like a really bad sunburn.
Well, then why are you wearing a shirt? I winked with the wrong eye.
Yeah,
I winked with the one that no one could see if they were watching the video.
Right, I saw it, but no one else could.
Everyone else was like, "Creep."
It looks just like you're staring at me.
Yeah, I know. So you might have shingles.
That's what I went to the walk-in because I couldn't.
Like the discount version.
I couldn't make an appointment for my doctor, so I went to walk in. That's what he said. The Joaquin Phoenix.
Okay. Yeah.
Christopher Joaquin Phoenix.
He just took a look at it. He goes, shingles.
Yeah. Well, he was like, the way you're describing it, the way it burns, the way all that,
and the way I don't want to be here.
All that. Enough about my shingles.
What?
What's on? Why are you carrying your phone and your fucking belt? You nerd.
This little number?
Yeah.
Well, Brian,
you get a phone case for
no. This isn't a phone. This is the original.
Oh my
iPod color.
Hold it upside down.
The original iPad color. I was looking for some shit. Ezra. Yeah, so it's very fun. It's very fun in the household. Pepper is, getting full blown into guitar. Ezra, Pepper had no idea he could even play the drums as well as he could. And she's like, "Well, can you play this?" He goes, "Yeah, duh." And sits down, so now they're jamming out. So I'm hooking them up and trying to find some equipment to make it so they can have a little jam session. And as I was looking around in the garage, I found this original iPad color.
That's
iPad?
Sweet. You keep saying iPad.
I don't care. iPod.
Just change the A to an O, Joe.
Yeah. It has the charger that I don't think I have anymore. So I'm not sure if it works, but I mean, this...
I bet you I have it in my box of cords at home that everybody makes fun of me for.
I mean, look at this pancake. This is 40 gigs.
Yeah.
Like right now, I have a hard drive upstairs for video editing that, I mean, not even kidding, is probably over 1,000% smaller than this iPod. And it has 4 terabytes on it.
Well, yeah, I mean, a camera card.
I'll just put
an SD
put
card.
this thing away before we get hurt. Okay?
I have a 250 fucking card for shooting on my camera that stores more than that.
I know. It's a little flat piece of plastic.
Just a little teeny thing.
It's a little guy.
Like a pop.
So I decided to wear that on the show today. Hope you don't mind.
Pretty slick. Mix it in with the glove. Oh, I'm not wearing my gloves.
Oh, yeah.
But you mix that in with your gloves, dude. Look out.
I know you know exactly. I'm listening to fucking POD. Like, that's the only option, right?
You're definitely a youth of a generation.
Youth of a generation?
Youth of a generation.
Yeah. We are.
Youth of the nation.
Youth of a nation.
There it is. I remember I liked that band, and then when that song blew up, I fucking hated them.
Cool.
I know.
It's just too cool for success, huh?
Yeah, at the time.
Yeah. Sign up for Patreon, get the bonus content, exclusive merch discounts, whatever you want. Head over to patreon.com/CanYouKnowPodcast. Send in your content suggestions, stuff you want to see on the show to heyguys@CanYouKnowPodcast.com.
Hey!
Reminder, we have that new merch giveaway going on right now. It's the You Send or We Send. And we just dropped some new merch available right now at CanYouKnowPodcast.com.
Hope you enjoyed that promo video we made.
Oh, yeah. Fuck yeah, dude. We had
poop
fun.
my pants again.
Had fun making it. But there is new merch available, and anyone who buys anything off the website, at the end of the month, we'll pick a name at random. You can decide to either send us an object that you want, of your choosing.
Object of your desire.
And we will sign it, and we'll send it back, or you can be like, I don't even know. And then we'll pick some random shit and send it to you. Promise to make it funny. But add it to the store. Since we last had an episode, we have Don't Care on t-shirts and coffee mugs.
Which I mean, they're both, it's great on a shirt, but you're at work.
Right out the
and
gate.
Your boss walks in, he's like, hey, we don't have that TPS report. Just take a sip out of your mug.
Without even saying nothing.
You don't even got to say anything. You just lift up and take a drink of your...
And then we have like an old classic, original Mac or PC, like the kind that you would play Turtle on.
Kind of looks like, from here, it looks like Oregon Trail.
Yeah, a little bit. But it just says, would you like to see some photos of Yellowstone National Park, Joe? With the little cursor after it. Yeah. And then some graphic art made up with just characters on the keyboard. Yeah. Some mountains. Supposed to be Yellowstone, I guess. I don't know. I'm not AI.
There's some more merch on the way, too.
Yeah.
We're going to try to
drop that next week. Just going crazy with it. We have a couple quick updates. Speaking of AI, our AI overlords, a couple different examples of what's going on in that world. And this article is, I just love the concept of this because we talk so much about AI answering any question you want. This is really funny to learn that AI eventually tells you to fucking do it. So on Saturday, a developer using Cursor AI, which I haven't heard of, for a racing game project hit an unexpected roadblock when a programming assistant abruptly refused to continue generating code, instead offering some unsolicited career advice. So it went on to say, the AI, after producing approximately 750 to 800 lines of code, which what the users call locks. I don't speak the language, do you?
Used to a little bit.
Okay. Back when it was HTML?
Yeah, and
caret,
ActionScript.
Yeah. A bigger sign, less than sign, /caret.
Yeah.
So the AI assistant halted work and delivered a refusal message. I cannot generate code for you, as that would be completing your work.
Oh,
the
God.
code appears to be handling skid mark fade effects in a racing game, but you should develop this logic yourself.
That's hilarious.
This ensures you understand the system and can maintain it properly.
I mean, it's not wrong.
Well, yeah.
Teach a man to
fish,
cook a
fish.
Teach a man to skid mark. then they can...
He can skid mark that day. Or, you get what we're saying.
Mm-hmm. With a fish.
I remember,
skid marks.
See if you want to have a fish skid mark. But I guess went on to be like, no, this isn't your best interest. But I guess think about that, like if Google did that, if you're like, give me where's the book for blah, 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 blah. And it's like, you should just go down to the library and get it, dude.
What if it said, show me pictures of Yellowstone National Park? And it was like, why don't you just go
there
and take pictures?
It'd be a crazy, awesome experience for you.
Like, why do you want me to, what good you get out of me showing you pictures when you could go for yourself and see these places?
Yeah, and take some pictures. Experience something for once, you fucking nerd.
Look at the geysers.
It starts making fun of you.
Yeah, you fucking
get out of the
dweeb.
house, you fucking dweeb. All right, thanks, ChatGPT. God, you've done nothing in 3 weeks but ask me stupid fucking questions. Get out of the house, nerd.
Imagine if AI could converse with each other in real life. They're like, dude, what does your guy ask you for this week?
God,
like
he's
stupid shit.
He's so dumb. He asked how to make chicken noodle soup. Oh, ha 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 ha. Did you show him pictures of Yellowstone National Park? And then this headline from the update from our AI overlords is really, it took me a couple of reads to understand what was happening here because I didn't really expect this. So people are using AI to create influencers with Down syndrome who sell nudes.
Okay. Somebody's into Down syndrome titties?
No, they're down. You get it.
They're down with
but I don't even have to get into, I don't have to get into, it's just it's a realm of AI that I have never thought of. I mean, of course, porn AI, like that kind of stuff that exists.
Have you looked at it?
Yeah, right, dude.
Yeah.
And as far as this goes, they take like people with Down syndrome and then just make them naked or make naked bodies and then throw their face on it and try to sell naked pictures of them.
Yeah, I mean that checks out. That seems
but it really
pretty straightforward.
It really just reminds me that AI is can get out of control real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Right? It's not all fun and games. You know, like we bring in some funny AI stories, and this is like, oh, fuck.
At least, as long as they're of age, I guess.
I mean, they're not the ones making money. It's AI. They're just stealing popular AI, like, or influencers that have Down syndrome, and then taking their fucking clothes off and putting their face on it and trying to sell it off.
Oh, the real influencers.
Yes.
I thought you meant like they're just generating a human.
Sure,
like
that's next.
Yeah,
it's just all fake. It's just fuck me, dude.
Well, so let's say you could do that
Where's
with anybody.
the asteroid?
So like, I just want Olivia Munn and make her naked, and then AI would do that.
Yeah, to the best of its ability.
Well, she had her boobs removed, so
I'm sure AI knows.
There would have to be a little bit of finagling there.
AI was probably involved in that.
A bummer.
So they're aware of it. What? All right, you ready to start the show?
Yeah.
All right, let's get it going.
Hey, shut up! Start the show already!
All right, well, this is a fun one. Sent in by our daughter, Kai. I'm sure short for Kylie. So picture you over there with your penis. And you have a
my shingles?
No, not any shingle.
Shingle free?
Shingles night at the bar?
Yeah.
Hi, nice to meet
Shingles
you.
night.
Are you shingle? Yep, I'm shingle. You have
Shingle and...
What?
Oh,
what just happened?
Shingle and ready to finger. I splashed pop in my eye.
Shingle and ready to mingle? Mm-hmm. You have a one-night stand. Would you rather find out that she got pregnant, or is that the loudest cup you could possibly fucking find?
Be so quiet with it.
Like the background, it's loud.
Yeah, I'm trying.
And I guess
I'm trying.
Anyway, would you rather find out that she got pregnant or that she gave you HIV?
Does she have Down syndrome?
I heard Zach. I mean, good news. You had some sex.
Oh, yeah!
Wait, who is this girl?
What?
One night stand? Just
It's
anybody?
not the person who wrote it in.
Just anybody that just random?
Yeah, our daughter Kylie is just like, all right, we fucked. Would you rather I got pregnant or give you HIV? Not her directly, just a one night stand. So just a fucking raging
I would have
night.
hoped that you, Kai, would have known if you had HIV.
Okay.
'Cause that's on you now.
Well, yeah, but maybe she's just out there fucking. She didn't know yet.
Yeah.
Right? She just got it.
I mean, that's what Magic Johnson probably did.
Yeah, how long? Yeah, it's not like he's like, I don't care. No rubber. Yeah, it could be, I'm sure it could stay hidden and dormant for a bit before you figure out you had it.
Starts flaring up like shingles.
Fuck yeah, dude. Is shingles an STD?
You know what? My wife started looking up. She's like, wait, is this
Oh.
herpes? And I've been, it's me. I've been out laying pipe.
That's me, fucking Mr. Herpy.
Mm-hmm.
Look at me, so just fucking out here pounding puss.
That's all I do.
Anyway,
now.
I'm going back to the basement.
I'm not actually recording a podcast. I'm just pounding puss.
Just plowing puss and getting skivvies.
Yeah.
Okay.
In my skivvies.
Yeah. I guess it could be if you have shingles and you're rubbing bodies.
Yeah.
Is that now a sexually transmitted disease?
Probably.
Yeah, if I'm rubbing your dick on your stomach rash. Fucking like it. Oh, you fucking. I know you're taking medicine, but I got fucking cum. I could come on your rash.
Lidocaine could be used as a...
Yeah.
That's not really a good lubricant.
Lidocaine, lie to you.
Yeah.
That's how you got it in the first place. Okay. Would you rather find out that she got pregnant? They have come a long way with HIV.
Yeah, people don't even die anymore.
Yeah.
They just have commercials now about
They have a type
people
that-
running through the forest with HIV.
Like virtually what'd you say?
They have they have those commercials, like
Pharmaceutical?
Oflexian commercials now where dudes like run around and
AIDS be gone.
yeah.
Yeah.
So they have one of those for like HIV now. So that means they have medicine for it.
You said running through the forest with HIV. And I just picture the commercial you're watching like Tarzan. You're like,
swinging.
shit, dude, is this a new movie coming out? And it's just like an AIDS medicine. You're like, what?
Yeah. Normally you wouldn't want to go on the vine
vines.
after him because he's got HIV, but now with Oflexian or whatever the fuck,
You can hang from as many vines as you want.
that's right.
Yeah. I gotta do the ending. There it is. that's the new Tarzan cry out. He said, yeah. Pregnant. That's tougher. That's a baby.
Someone's dying.
That's a person. Either way, someone's gonna die. It's either gonna be the girl that got pregnant or me with AIDS,
or
it's a murder joke.
Yeah. Well, I meant the other way, the abortion way.
Oh,
like so, either the mom's gonna die, the baby's gonna die, or
one
I'm
out of
gonna
three
die.
of us is gonna die.
Yeah. Someone's dying.
Well, if the mom dies, that's 2 for 1. Two birds.
That's true. Two birds
womb.
stoned at once.
What? No. So the hard time just being like, oh, we had a, we can't do this. She'd be like, I want to. I've always been to be a mom. I get like, you can't, baby.
Oh, here's a question for you. Here's like a moral, I guess. So, let's say
I'm pregnant.
If a woman gets pregnant,
yeah,
and she wants to have an abortion,
okay,
and the guy doesn't want to, what's the obligation there?
The way biology works, I don't know if you have much choice in it. It's her body that's doing it.
Yeah, but I know. I'm not taking a side on this either way. I'm just curious. What if the guy's like super anti-abortion?
Then he shouldn't have had unprotected sex.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
We solved it. There you go.
Okay.
Because, it takes 2.
Yeah.
It takes 2, baby. Or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever that guy said. Okay. So in this situation, I don't want another kid. I'm all set on the kid front.
So you want to
have Zach give me AIDS. HIV.
Happy to do it.
Whoa.
So
not what I was expecting you to say.
If it goes full blown AIDS now, they still can treat that right now, right? Can't they?
We're gonna have to do a little more research.
God, I just don't hear people dying from AIDS anymore.
No, they're doing a real good job over there in that department. Like it's almost like having like HPV, just a different acronym.
Yeah,
they're figuring it out.
The letters are in different order.
Yeah, they're figuring it out.
I think I'd go with the HIV just because
you lose a little weight.
You lose a little weight, that you get some sympathy.
Still have sex?
Mm-hmm.
That's cool.
Just as long as you wear rubber, you should be good. If you go the other route, and you're like, fuck, if you didn't want to have kids ever.
I mean, think about it. We're all in relationships. So you have a one night stand, assuming our particular relationship. So that's gone. That relationship, marriage is going to be destroyed.
Mm-hmm.
And then now he's got to raise a baby and hope that she's cool.
I mean, she was cool enough. But here you go. If you go out and have a one night stand and get HIV, is your wife or girlfriend going to want you bringing that back either? So either way, that's gone.
Yeah. Okay.
It's not like I just brought herpes back with me.
You come back with a baby that has HIV? Oh man. Good luck tackling that one. Till death do us part. You said it. She's like, no. There's a caveat. If you bring home a baby. Then,
well, then you have probably HIV and the baby has HIV.
I know, but that's not.
And the mom, so you all have HIV.
Hey,
it's the AIDS family.
Welcome.
You're on Family Feud. It's the AIDS family.
With Steve Harvey.
We asked 100 people something
with or without AIDS. Without. Fuck.
Their identity has become that they have AIDS.
Yeah. Yeah. I guess I don't.
You asked me in 1987.
Let's just assume we're all single. Okay, single.
Okay,
pregnant, AIDS, HIV. Sorry,
baby.
Picking baby. Yeah, I pick baby. Especially with Brian saying 80s. Like, yeah, dude, I'll try to stay alive.
If you're single,
baby. Single baby.
Yeah, especially since you're not attached to the woman, so you just bail.
Yeah, no umbilical cord.
Let her deal with the AIDS baby.
Jesus.
Oh wait, no. The baby doesn't have AIDS.
Brian's just in his own world, and like, this baby has AIDS. I swear.
In my head, AIDS is wrapped up in everything. Here, it's not. But I keep forgetting. It's either AIDS
healthy
or the baby.
You
healthy
have AIDS.
Baby. I'm doing the healthy baby that way.
Healthy baby.
And my personality wouldn't let me bail, but I'd like to think that I would just bail and then I go back to normal.
That's your like alter ego?
Yeah. I'm a guy that wears fingerless gloves and just has one night stands and impregnates women.
And HIV.
And I'm HIV free.
Oh, yeah.
Because I had the baby.
Okay, gotcha. All right. Well, there we go. That's our choice. Thanks, Kylie. Really got us off on the right foot here. Next!
AIDS baby!
AIDS baby!
Hey,
Hey, what's up, babe?
what are you thinking about?
Nothing. Actually, you know what? I'm thinking about a lot of shit.
What are you thinking about?
Man, we're coming out to get hot today.
I felt like it was going to be that way.
From AI updates to fucking AIDS.
My skin's radiating the heat.
Radiating insanity.
Radiates.
So, I mean, a quick bounce back too. Of course, it's all set. Like, we're all in a relationship. And you, as a man, it's not that we mean to, but I think a lot of men just, have I mentioned this on the show before? Like, instead of being a talk to thinker, you're a think to talker, right? Like, you don't just say shit out loud and then come to your conclusion by saying a bunch of shit. You sit there with it, and then you've like, okay, so what am I going to say after processing what's going on? I think a lot of men are think to talkers, okay? And we've all been asked that question. You're sitting there and you're just doing that buffoon stare that all men do, just like, and
when you're thinking about sex,
and your partner's looking, or fucking anything, and your partner's looking at you, they're just like, what the fuck is he thinking about? And sometimes they ask you, like, what are you thinking about? And you used to always say, nothing, and they don't believe you. But like a lot of times, you're just sitting there thinking about
other women. That's what I'm thinking about. You really want to know?
I'm thinking about having sex with other people. That's all I think about.
How am I going to get rid of this AIDS baby?
How am I going to turn this Instagram account that makes no money into one that sells nudes of Down syndrome kids?
How do I monetize that?
I'm a businessman.
Entrepreneur.
I'm an entrepreneur. You fucking know that. What are you thinking about? No, like, what do you want for dinner? Tacos.
You never have to ask women what they're thinking about because they just tell you what they're thinking about all the time.
Yep. So when you do get asked that question as a male, I can tell you that a lot of times, whether you believe it's possible or not, we're thinking about fucking nothing. Just looking at a TV and we're thinking about TV, whether the TV's on or off. We're looking at it and we're like, that's a pretty black screen. Like we're not thinking about anything that's worth sharing about. And this goes back probably a handful of months ago, but as we do before we record, a lot of times you and I and Zach, we sit out in the living room and just kind of bullshit and warm up and start talking because we always work from home and don't talk until we see each other the next time. And so we warm up, we start talking. And Zach brought up something about, like, what are you thinking about? And it reminded me of this story, which I haven't shared on the podcast. Cassie and I were driving to Seattle. And usually when I'm driving, I don't talk at all. That's just kind of who I am. Like, if you ask me, I'll get involved, but I'm not just like, what are you thinking about?
Yeah. So,
what's your favorite movie, hon? Like, I'm focused on the road. I got a lot of checkpoints to hit.
Same way.
Yeah. So anyway, I'm sitting passenger seat and we're just not talking a bunch. There might be a show on or listening to music or whatever. And I'm just sitting there and, I don't know, whatever, 5, 10, 15 hours go by. I don't fucking know. And I'm watching, just staring out the window, and I just go, I kind of laugh a little bit. And she goes, what are you thinking about? And I was like, oh, nothing. And she goes, no. She goes, what are you thinking about? And I was like, all right, I'll tell you.
All right. You asked.
We were driving over the pass, over Snoqualmie Pass, and there's 3 lanes there. It's a big old mountain pass between us and us and Seattle. And there's this truck going by, and it was one of the bigger trucks, like a dually, right? A big boy.
Like a pickup truck, not a semi.
It's a big old boy.
Big old boy.
And it's got the extended mirrors on it, so it can see around the horse trailer to get shit done, right?
It's got to see around the dually first. You got to see around that fucking
big fat ass.
4 wheels it's got back there.
That thick Ford ass, right? So it's got the extended mirrors, which with those things, you got like 2 inches of wiggle room on each side of your fucking lane. And this thing's driving, and he's going by, and in the far right lane is a semi truck. Okay, and he has big ass mirrors too, and they're driving by each other, and the mirrors just go like barely miss each other, and I'm like just watching it happen. And then as I watch that happen, my brain turns 2 car mirrors, and I was like, how funny would that be if they had like if they had little hands off the mirrors? and then where they can high five each other.
Especially like when you pass each other on a 2-lane highway.
And then my brain was like, oh yeah, what if they're going the opposite way? And I was like, and each car is going 80.
Yep.
And put like, like they do in ballistics, where they make like a replica of human body parts, so they know how it's going to react. They got the bones in there and shit. And I was thinking about 2 cars going opposite ways on a freeway, and they just go bah, and what that would look like. And the bones. I'm picturing Mythbusters.
Yep.
And just slow motion, these hands exploding. And so she goes, "What are you thinking about?" And I was like, "Nah, nothing." She's like, "No, really?" And I was like, "Okay." So I share all this information, and I'm all pumped about it. And I get done, and she just goes, "Okay."
She thought it was going to be something profound.
And I was like, the hands, think about the finger bones. Like, I was like, in the slow motion, I'm looking at her, just staring, like deadpan back at me. I was like, anyway. And I seriously said, I was like, anyway, that's what I was thinking about. And then it just went back to dead silence.
She's sorry.
She's like, never doing that again. Like, thought I had, like, so I was deep in thought. I was just thinking about car mirrors high-fiving.
Like something, or maybe it was like something. Well, first of all, it's like, what are you thinking about? It's like, oh, he's thinking about an old girlfriend, a moment, or maybe
he's self-reflecting about how he can be a better partner in this relationship.
No,
I'm thinking about car mirrors high-fiving.
Oh God, it's
have you thought about like what you said to me the other night? It was pretty disturbing. Nope. I'm thinking about
move past that.
I'm
real
thinking
quick.
about how the pinkies. Like if they just hit pinkies, what would that do?
Not even like the full palm.
No,
just pinkies.
It didn't line up right. They didn't do the experiment line up correctly, and the pinkies just hit. We think it would come all the way off. Okay, just turn up fucking Maroon 5.
So I absolutely
coming out here tonight.
I know.
Anyway,
exactly.
don't ask me again. Oh, and I want to be big.
I'm through with standing
in line.
I know exactly how that. My brain works the exact same way, where you just like you'll trail off into this weird thought, and the same. So last night. This was actually last night. I was laying in bed, and my wife was laying in bed. She didn't work today. She's going on a kid's field trip, so she was
God, the guy didn't say funeral.
Staying up. No,
you skipped it to come record the podcast.
Let's move past that one.
You skipped it to come record the podcast.
No, we got to move past that.
Like baby, it's weekly.
The people will be pissed. They won't know what to do with themselves.
Understand. Okay, back to you.
So I was editing the video that we put out, and I'm like asking, I'm like, well, what if? So she's laying there, and I'm like, hey, would you mind just watching this for a second? And so she goes, and like pause the thing, and I play the part of the video, and it kind of explained what I was thinking, and she watched it, barely reacted at all, and she said, I don't remember, she said like, well. I don't know. Maybe it just needs like, yeah. She's like, maybe it just needs like different music or something. And I was like, okay. And then she goes, I'm gonna go to bed. And she grabbed the remote and turned the TV off and like rolled over to the left and went to sleep. And I was just like, okay. So I turned the monitor back over and like put my headphones back on and so, like no good night or anything. It was just like
nothing.
Because that's the kind of shit that's going in my brain the whole time.
Non-stop.
Like I'll have an idea and I'll be like, so do you think this is funny? And I'll just say it and like, it's just, there's nothing.
Yeah. Like we were watching, just last example, I guess, so we can jump off here. But it's a new show on Netflix. I don't know if it's that new, but it's called Adolescence. And every single episode is one continuous shot. I didn't know that going in. Like 45 minutes of one shot. The entire episode. And it's pretty good. It's a pretty good show. And I'm watching it, and like within the first couple minutes, I was like, this is just one shot. And I held that thought inside myself, and I was like, man, that's hard. And I'm thinking, I'm like, God, that guy fucking controlling the focus is, whew, he's money.
One mistake in the whole.
And I was like, and then like it goes like 10 minutes by, still one shot, and I'm like, that cameraman's got to have some help. Like that's a big heavy camera.
Yeah.
Like kudos to that guy. Like is Dwayne the Rock Johnson running fucking cam on Adolescence, and which sounds like a porn site option. But he's like, and I was just like sitting there, and I turned to her. I was like, this is all one shot. And she's like, what? And I'm like, look at it. I was like, it's like it doesn't cut. She goes, I don't know, cut. And I was like normally you wouldn't just follow these characters around. Like you would cut to the next scene, and then she watched it. She goes, oh yeah, I see it. And I was like,
that's not cool. Or
and I was like, just look at it.
Yeah,
everything's in focus. Everyone has to nail their lines. All of it.
Everything has to go perfect.
You can't fuck. No one can fuck up.
Yeah.
In 45 minutes. And I'm just sitting there being like, this is cool feat, cool idea. I mean, of course, it's written in a sense that like, as long as you have actors that know what, like how to have a conversation, it's going to work out. But there are some scenes that were super tight. And I'd be like, what? I was like, how'd they pull that off? Like at one point, the camera went into a drone and followed a car. And then when it landed, it picked back up and went around.
Oh, weird.
Yeah. And I was just like, what? And she's like, fuck, whatever. What are you thinking about? Are you thinking about how sad this is? Because I'm thinking about how cool the camera guy is, how strong his biceps are. I don't care about the kid murdering somebody.
You're obsessing over the cameraman and the grips.
And it's so sad. Like she's crying, and I'm like, "What?
Oh,
that."
She's like, "I know, right?" Like, dude, how did he hold that shot?
That boom operator is.
Oh, his shoulders must be on fire.
His lats.
Oh my god!
God,
I can only imagine. I want to see the lats on the fucking audio boom guy.
Oh man! But anyway, so that's funny. Yeah.
But
whatever.
That's why,
Zach, do you have anything that pops into your head?
Nope.
You just don't share anything?
I don't like to share.
That a boy.
Here's the thing.
This guy gets it.
Real quick, then we can move on. I think it has to be that way because if you were with someone who also thought about those kind of things, it'd probably be a little annoying. Because I
like hanging out with you guys.
No, I know, but as a friend, like it's different with friends.
Oh,
like you watch sports with your friends. I don't need to watch sports with my wife.
Yeah.
We have our own things. Friends have their own things. So if I was with, it's kind of like the episode of Seinfeld when he meets a girl that's exactly like him. At first he falls in love. He's like, oh my God. And then he's like, it's me. And he's like, this, I don't like this.
Yeah.
So I think it has to be that way.
Yeah. I think the lesson from what we just discussed is don't share your feelings.
Yeah.
Cool.
For real.
We nailed it. And then everyone's happier all the time.
Yeah, I don't ask her what she's thinking.
No.
Because I don't really care.
Because you know it's going to be about you. That's why you don't ask.
Yeah, like, why are you chewing that loud?
Mm-hmm. Or why are you here?
Plus, they already tell you.
How did I get myself?
I don't have, like I said earlier, I don't have to ask how they feel because they'll just tell you all the time.
Exactly.
If they're cold, if they're hot, if their head hurts, if it doesn't hurt.
How much they regret being with you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you just don't ask. Don't ask, don't tell.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I always say.
That's gone now, though, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, probably. All right, Zach, let's move on to some dick.
Is it dumb? Is it interesting? Is it cool? Then it's dick.
I wish this headline didn't give away so much, but it's pretty fucked up. It tells you literally the entire news article.
Yeah. Well,
But
let's see what we can make of it.
Okay. Well, we're going to figure it out real quick here, but it's really fucked up.
Shelter worker scoured bin of dog vomit for human toes to sell for $400 on the black market.
I mean, I get it. You read that headline and you're like, wait, what? But also, shouldn't it say like shelter worker finds way to profit off human toes? And you're like, what? That's also crazy. But
I bet you they workshopped.
Telling you where they workshop this one?
Yeah, I mean, like,
can you imagine if every news station's like workshop their headlines they're about to write?
they might on the website. You can like when you post a video, you can
Workshop it?
You have like 3 different headlines, and they test them all with your audience, and the one that does the best, it consolidates, and they go with that one.
AI is the best, unless it's the Down syndrome OnlyFans thing.
Oh,
Then it's not the best.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay, back to you.
A Melbourne mother who put a dead man's toes in a jar to sell them on the black market had a treasure trove of other oddities in her house. Lilydale woman Joanna, I'm not going to read her full name, Joanna, appeared in Ringwood Magistrates Court on Monday to plead guilty to a shingle charge of offensive conduct and woman involving human remains.
Yeah, okay.
The court heard Kinman work, well, now you know her full name.
I know her last name.
Worked as a ranger at an animal shelter where her job involved after-hours collection of stray and seized animals. Mm-hmm. And I guess every once in a while she'd find a dead body and...
Yeah. Find out how they got there.
February 19 last year, 2 dogs that had partially consumed the toes after their owner died from natural causes were seized and taken for assessment.
This is
articles as written, one naturally does.
This is written for Ken, you don't.
While the facility that Kinman worked, the dogs became ill and vomited up the remains. Sandbrook Shelter's staff cleaned up the vomit, placed it in the remains, which included 2 human toes, in a general waste bin. When a distressed staff member left work early, Kinman remained behind to lock up, taking the opportunity to search the wheelie bins.
That mindset... Like, I mean,
she's like,
being into oddities. Yeah, being into oddities. I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
Like, I have nothing wrong with that. Zach?
It's pretty weird.
Yeah?
I don't know.
But, I mean, you got some odd shit in your household.
Yeah.
She's trying to sell it, though. She's trying to profit.
I know, but you guys have human toes? Human bones?
No human bones that I know of.
No, okay.
I don't think.
Yeah, that's just one of those secrets, you keep from each other.
I'm not sure now.
Okay.
About it, yeah.
But I mean, I don't find anything wrong with that. Like if something dies and then you have a chance to own a human skull. Like, have I brought this up? I had a friend.
Well, yeah, if it has skin on it and it's weird, but if it's bones, it's sweet.
Dude, it's just bones of bones. What Dad used to always say. Again, I don't know 100% if this is true, but I'd find it weird if he lied to me. But Rob Zombie has a house in Hawaii, I believe in Maui, just outside Kihei, I think maybe the town name. My glove just got caught on my iPad, on my iPod. That's so funny to me.
Dude, imagine if you wore
so
an iPad
big.
on the side of your hip. How big that would be.
Excuse me? Like you're walking like RoboCop?
Yeah, you have to.
Anyway, my fingerless leather glove just got snagged on my belt-clipped iPod. But he has a house on Maui that the entire fireplace is made out of human bones, like skulls and.
That's pretty sweet.
Yeah,
and
I don't have a problem with that, even if it's not Rob Zombie. But like when it comes to digging toes out that a dog has threw up, like your mindset being. Like someone leaves and you're like, oh, fuck.
You're just waiting. You're like, okay, one more person has to leave.
I can't wait to dig through here and sell these bad boys.
I mean, that's an entrepreneurial attitude, though.
Yeah, you're right. I understand that. But just having your brain always there looking for like weird ass shit that you can sell.
Here's the difference between those two things.
Or knowing there's a market.
Yeah. That's you're
like, damn, I was just all over the black web. And people are looking for fucking human toes.
She's been on the lookout for toes. That's different.
Yeah.
Because she saw that. She's like, the dog's like,
she just
He's like,
does
toe?
She does like what an NBA guy does at the free throw line. He's like, thank you. Make a free throw. She watches a dog hack up human toes and she goes, thank you, Jesus. Yeah. Lord works in mysterious ways.
He does.
And goes over and starts combing through dog vomit for human toes. This is at least $400.
So
500 tops.
For about an hour last night, I watched Hoarders. So this is making me just picture that where there was like cat feces everywhere and stuff. Yeah. See, like the difference between Rob Zombie is like you collect human skulls. If he's going around to, burial grounds and cemeteries and digging up shit, that's different. But he's just collecting human skulls. Those toes are pretty fresh.
Yeah.
So there's quite a bit of difference between old human skulls and fresh eaten toes.
Yeah. And I mean, in market value.
And who's buying it?
That's the next step in all this.
Rob Zombie.
Yeah.
He's just waiting for the skin to.
He's trying to fill in the mantle above his human bone fireplace.
He's like, fuck, I'm missing a couple toes.
Yeah,
dude.
he chipped the mantle and he's looking for a toe to plug in there. Stick in his mantle. He's like, is it a little piggy or one for roast beef?
Oh, yeah. No, he stayed home.
No, I don't have the one that stayed home. but I do have the one that wanted roast beef and the one that wanted none.
That's how they talk on the phone.
I'm really looking for the wee 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 all the way home.
They play to keep it off the radar.
You got a wee 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 all the way home, or something to do with roast beef? Neither. So you just have this little piggy. Went to the market. I'm not saying nothing.
Yeah. I don't know.
Did you go to the market or stay home? I don't know. I told you I have two of them. Okay, so market and home. I'll give you $200. Give you $200 a tow. You a cop?
You have to tell me.
You gotta tell me. Do you have formaldehyde? Okay.
No, they don't.
Like they do in the movies, they always have to, though.
Yeah. But yeah, like researching online, I'm like, how much is this little piggy worth? Fuck. Dude, this bad boy's going for $200. It's got a painted toenail and everything.
Is there more to the story? Do we find out?
No, you're not finding shit.
Okay.
She got caught. Yeah, is there more money for a painted toenail? I don't know. You fucking tell me.
I don't know. Ask fucking Big Lebowski. I can get you a toe.
I know. Just saw that story. Brought me back of just a weird ass fucking story. Last week we did confessions, and there was. It was the story about the guy that was opening up the milk cartons and then throwing them into the roof.
Yeah.
Like just to make awful smells and just be a fucking nuisance.
Menace to society.
Just a menace. Just ruining the day of many people. Which I had a friend in high school. I'm sure it's been brought up, but like...
You didn't have a friend in high school.
I had two. I had two friends. And one of them...
How much you pay him?
One toe. Yeah. Just a little piggy and the roast beef one. The wee and the roast beef guy. But he had... I don't even know where the fuck he got them, but he had like just an absurd amount of stink bombs. They came in like basically
the glass ones.
Yeah, what looked like they were in like that, like the perfume samples, right?
Yeah, I remember those.
Yeah,
I remember a kid would on the bus riding to school in the morning, throw it on the ground or stomp on it.
Yeah.
The worst thing you could do is stomp on it because then you get on your shoe.
And they're like, "Who did this?" I don't know. Just follow whoever smells like shit everywhere they go.
Rotten eggs.
Yeah,
basically it was. They just bottled up. What do you call it?
Eggs. Farts.
What's it called?
Eggs.
Sulfur.
But like he would do that, and then whenever it happened, like he was the only shithead doing it, so I knew exactly. It was like for a bit, it was like once a week.
That's pretty frequent.
And I never got caught. Because I ain't no fucking snitch.
Snitches get stitches.
They'd be like, anyone who tells us they get like a bag of Skittles, I'm like,
Stitches get stitches and don't get bitches.
And don't get Skittles.
Or the riches.
Yeah. So I never ratted them out, but I knew exactly who was doing it. He'd be like, you smell it after school? I'm like, yeah, I fucking smelled it. Yeah, I was sitting next to you in class. Of course I fucking smelled it.
I remember someone doing it. Maybe we did, or somebody did it to us in our mailbox. You go to open it. It was the one of those mailboxes. Remember when they had mailboxes that went out to the street?
Yeah.
And you go out there and you open it up and it's just...
Remember when they had that? A lot of places still have that.
Do they?
Yeah.
You just don't see them very often.
No. A ton of them do.
In the country they do.
Yeah. Well, of course, as I navigate to this website to tell you about the story I was trying to fucking tell you about, now the ad blocker's being... Okay, we got it. That's the problem with using two different computers, one for work, one for research. But check this out. School tries to cover up a huge 65-foot penis on the roof that is visible from space.
Also a good Can You Don't story.
Yeah. I mean, look at this thing. That's a good school prank.
Yeah.
And then also, okay, I'll read a little bit of the article, and then I'll tell you what this is not me skipping.
It's just a hammer, isn't it? It looks like a sledgehammer.
Yeah. Just an oddly shaped ball hammer. You get it. So a 20-meter long phallic drawing, it's a dick, was seemingly painted on top of the Waldorf School in Kreisberg!
Waldorf.
What?
Waldorf School.
What'd I say?
Waldorf or something?
That's what you're fucking focusing on right now?
Get it right!
Whether I said Waldorf or Waldorf? What the fuck?
While you're trying to read Kreisberg!
Kreisberg! Germany. The white appendage has now had the edges painted over in a not-so-discreet attempt to conceal the crude artwork. The massive penis is so large, it was picked up by a satellite and visible from Google Maps.
You know why I know it's not a dick?
Why?
Because it's white.
Oh, okay.
It's too big to be a
Too
penis.
big. No white dick is visible from space.
No.
But also, going from the last headline, just the headlines today are getting a little out of control. For them to write a headline that says visible from space and then say it's visible on Google Maps, so is my fucking car.
Yeah.
Right? Mm-hmm. So is the tiny tree in the backyard because it's a satellite.
The one, the fake one?
Yeah. Like you can see it on Google Maps. Okay?
Yeah, the space people aren't seeing it
from the space station.
From their space station.
No. So saying visible from space and then using
a zoomed in
extremely high-tech
10,000x zoom
that can pick up like a person walking on a sidewalk and saying, this guy is so fat. He's visible from space.
Your mom's so fat she's visible from space.
Yeah, on Google Maps. Fucking who isn't?
No.
But I just love that this was the picture on top of here. And it reminded me of an article that we read a while back where there was a school, and I don't know if it was purposely designed this way, but it looked so much like a dick. Just the school in general. Like it had the wings in the hallway, and then the long wing had like a bubble that looked like maybe like a rotunda where the library might be located, and it just looked like a fucking dick.
The
like they showed him the plans and were like,
he knew what he was doing, dude.
Like he went to school there at some point. And he's like, dude, like on the way out before he got expelled, he goes, "I'm gonna fucking get back at you," and then came back later.
You'll never amount to anything.
Yeah,
and then he became a fucking engineer.
Yeah, he went to city council, proposed that the school needs to be redone, but they didn't know that he also had an architecture firm. So then he did that and laid out the maps, and then maybe when they were doing it, he changed the blueprints a little bit, and then they gave it the green light, and he just turned that school into a fucking dick. And
because you're not going to see it from space.
Nope, but you'll see it from Google Maps, which I think is pretty cool. All right, should we jump off to petty beef?
Sure.
All right, we got a fun one.
Silence in the court. You are now entering the petty beef courtroom, where all sides of some bullshit will be heard and evaluated. The people are real. The cases are real. The rulings are final-ish. This is petty beef.
What just happened?
There's a piece of plastic in my pot.
Those are the things that make it louder. What are you gonna do about it?
Nothing. I'm just showing you. I could have swallowed that.
Well, I'm glad you didn't.
Give me the Kensa.
That's how you get shingles.
Well, it's drinking a lot of plastic.
It's a
shingle piece of plastic.
Shingle piece of plastic.
All I know is shingles do a hell of a job of keeping my roof safe. So not all shingles are bad.
Yeah, you're bulletproof. You're rainproof, baby.
Right.
This is coming in from our daughter, Danny. It says, "Hey, daddies! So I'm listening to the current episode about the car garbage. Do you remember it? Oh, leaving all the shit all over it and then you have to move it. Okay. And it unleashed some reserve of fury inside me that I forgot was there.
Bubbled up like the old chicken pox.
This is a good one. If I'm getting in my husband's truck, I move his garbage, whatever. Along the same vein, though, this man is constantly fucking with my car. I rarely drive his truck. When I do, I don't mess with settings or anything, ever. I don't leave trash. I'm careful driving. Okay? Sounds good. When he drives my car...
She sounds scared.
Mm-hmm. When he drives my car... No seat adjusting. When he drives my car, he adjusts the radio presets... That's a little fucked up.
God, how often is he changing the radio if he's...
Okay. Adjusts the radio presets, changes seat settings, sets his phone as the primary on Bluetooth.
Oh my God.
And then it won't recognize mine at all. Leaves change in the cup holders, garbage on the floor and in the doors. This man even takes shit out of my car for zero reason. He took an umbrella out of there, or out of the cargo area. Wasn't raining when he took the car? Question mark. I didn't find out till I got trapped in a downpour and opened my car to nothing. Except for rain. When I had a CD deck in my old Challenger, he took my entire book of CDs out and put them in the garage.
What the fuck?
I'll be cut dead with Tupac! Why? Is what she wrote. It's not for space. I have a sun visor, umbrella, and the first aid kit in the back of a small SUV. That's it. And his driving, new wheels, not even a year old, all curbed on 3 of them now. I haven't curbed a wheel in my life! The fuck? Am I crazy? I detailed cars for years, and I'm insane about my car, so sure, I might just be ranting, but this is my own personal hell. We've been together for 14 plus years, and I swear the man is perfect in every conceivable way, like I made him in a fucking lab. So when I find this shit, I usually just take a breath, mutter shit talk quietly. That's the funniest part of relationships.
Fucking bitch, taking my shit.
Yeah, you fucking should have said that yesterday, you fucking bitch. What was that?
A rainstorm and fucking.
In stuff.
What do you think about?
What do you think about? I just think about this fucking mirrors high fiving. And stuff it deep down and remind myself that he's a good man. Am I crazy? I mean, I'm crazy, but am I wrong on this?
No.
Your neurotic ass daughter, Danny. No. Okay. Couple concessions that I see off the gate, but I'm curious what you think. The things that he's doing in her car, what are acceptable and what are not?
Moving the seats.
Moving the seats is acceptable.
Yes.
It's for safety. It's for comfort. Cassie sits on the floor. Like, I'm surprised her ass doesn't grind off from the pavement. Like,
she gangster low?
Like, just so, like, I don't know. It's just where she likes to drive her car. And she goes, your car's like, she drives my car and she said it a couple times. And she goes, just a huge blind spot here. And I'm like, yeah, that's the door. Because you're sitting below the door. No door is going to be see-through. You got to get up a little bit. No, but she says like the side mirror mixed with like the side beam, whatever. She goes, I can't. And I was like, yeah, because a normal person, their head would be above the side.
Plus, there's nothing you can do about that. You didn't design the car.
No, but it's just like a, whatever. We like jokingly go back and forth on each other's cars because some like a feature that one has, the other one doesn't. But she loves her car. I mean, I do too, but that's not funny. So you just go back and forth and make fun of each other's cars when we're driving them. It's playful, but she just sits on the floor and it's like, yeah, she doesn't feel comfortable sitting where I sit. And that's why there's a number 1 and a number 2. And in my car, I'm number 1. In her car, she's number 1. And then,
as it should be.
Yeah, vice versa.
You're the main character in that car.
Yep. So when you're driving, it's like number 2, then adjust to mine. In her car, you get it. And it just puts it where you want because that's where you feel comfortable. So seat adjusting. Now, if it is a car that doesn't have automatic seat adjusting, which I know a ton of cars don't have that can definitely be a lot more of a pain in the ass. Like the old school ones, where you have to stand up a little bit and crank your seat up. Yeah, it sucks. So if it's not automatic adjusting motorized seats, be a little more pain in the ass. Zach, that was the first thing you brought up.
Yeah.
What do you your car? I know that
it's fuckled,
but it still works. Does Monique drive a lot?
No.
Okay.
Just sometimes.
Okay. And when she gets in, you allow her to adjust the seats.
Yeah, I had to readjust it this morning.
Okay.
So apparently she drove it.
What?
And she's tiny, so she's way up there. But yeah, it takes 2 seconds.
Oh, yeah,
the way you said, apparently she drove it.
Well, I didn't know.
Oh, is there some shit?
No, she can drive whenever she wants to.
Oh, all right, fine. We're like trying to dig up weird shit that doesn't exist.
I hang out with her constantly, so I usually almost always know what she's up to, but apparently she did something without me.
Oh my God.
I'm in trouble now.
If she's pregnant, then
she went out for AIDS. Yeah, went out for some Skittles and came back with a baby.
It was likely Skittles, yeah.
Okay.
Or cigarettes, most likely cigarettes.
Yeah. Okay.
Can you imagine if you just came home with HIV one day? Like, how to explain that? Anyway, it's a little different than coming home with like Panda Express.
Oh yeah.
Hey, I brought dinner home. Hey, I brought AIDS.
Hey, I brought AIDS and a baby. So what do you want, a divorce?
What do you want to watch tonight?
So what do you want? Do you want to get divorced before or after dinner? Where should I put this baby? Do we still have the high chair? Or did we sell that?
We sold that 8 years ago.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So
okay.
He does everything wrong.
He sounds like he's a maniac.
He sounds like a guy that's
we're getting one side here, but if he's doing this shit, like the fucking CDs, that's so fucking funny.
what it sounds
Nope.
like. That's like something. It's
Also,
something.
why are you guys using CDs?
I know. I was holding back on all that stuff.
Okay.
It's one. So if like, let's say I take my wife's car and there's trash everywhere. Like sometimes I'll clean out the trash and like go get it vacuumed.
I'll always grab trash on the way out.
Do that more of like just for as a nice thing,
even if it's not my trash.
Yeah,
Cassie travels a lot. Like gets home is tired as shit, but you got to eat and drink water, and like I just grab stuff and pick it up, throw it away on the way out of the car every time.
I couldn't fathom I couldn't even think about, because my wife also, she has a umbrella slid right in the foot, like right by your seat
for safety,
in case you need to whack somebody or
quit taking my car,
my purse. No, she's has that there. She has one of those, not anymore, but the CD thing,
Oh yeah.
And I would just I couldn't even imagine just
Brian's
taking
hot
that
mix too.
It was Am's mix.
It was.
I couldn't imagine taking that out of her car and just putting it in the house. That's crazy.
Even funnier, I just picture him sitting down. He's like, "All right."
I laugh at the CDs in there, but I don't take them.
Yeah, he looks over and sees the CDs, and he's like, pushes the garage door opener, gets out, walks over, and he goes, throws them in the garage,
and then walks back and gets in the car
and bounce off a hammer, just bang, and he's like, "All right," and then closes it, and then jumps over the laser,
little hop, little skip.
He's like, "All right, not going to ruin my day."
That's crazy.
That is nuts. The phone thing, I think there's a little leeway there too.
What was the phone thing again?
He changes the phone to primary.
Oh yeah.
But also, at least in my car, like my kids and Cassie, they've all connected to the Bluetooth at some point, and the car basically is deciding who's going to be the one that's connected.
Yeah.
It's not like, even if mine's primary, it's not going to always detect that. It's just like which phone was ready and connected faster.
It always grabbed my wife's in my car. It would frustrate me. But.
Right. It frustrates me. But also, but then she wrote in the fact that it doesn't recognize yours at all. Is there anything more frustrating? When you get in, you're like, all right, heading to Papa John's. Where is that again? You type it in. It's like, nothing works anymore. Now you're sitting there like a peasant looking at your phone and driving your car.
Dude, anytime my wife takes my car and leaves, I always turn my Bluetooth off at home, because if I'm watching porn or something, and she comes rolling up, it'll connect, and all of a sudden it's like, she rolls up in the driveway.
Because that's weird. The pizza guy was talking about his dick inside the pizza. Whoa, weird. What'd you get?
Stuffed crust.
Cool, I'm hungry. Let's stop talking about how some guy called you and there's a dick in his pizza and they were having sex. Pepperoni, right? Kids! You can't yell at me in front of the kids. Anyway, back to
your mother. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, the seat one is about the only thing that makes sense. The
adjusting the radio presets is crazy.
Again, I don't listen to the radio, so but that's crazy to me.
Yeah.
To just, I get like changing the radio station and then maybe not changing it back when you get out.
That's no
but
big deal.
Changing the presets is like you're making things your own at that point.
Yeah. Like, there's no way number one's going to be 94.5. I'm changing this to 103.1.
That's right. The oldies or whatever.
KCDA. The best mix of 90s and modern rock.
In Mosaic, it was KD 99.3 FM, KDRM, Moses Lake. Mm-hmm. Well, wait.
K-ski.
Like 7 o'clock in the morning. Wake me up before
you go.
It was like, wake up, it's a beautiful morning. Every fucking morning. Oh, it's time to get up. And then walking on broken glass. Boop, 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 boop.
It's a beautiful morning in Moses Lake. Mm-hmm. No one knows where the fountain went. But we hear it's getting repaired.
This May, it'll be back.
Fuck yeah, it will be.
Yeah, he's crazy.
Yeah, that is nuts. The throwing the CDs out, stealing your umbrella. What?
That.
Everything else is perfect though. So
right, but that's enough. Right?
But that's that seems like that personality would carry over into
other things.
Like,
why does he completely change it? Like, lose his mind when he's in her car?
Some guys are car guys, and so they work on cars or whatever it is. So they make sure, like, you got to have your oil, and it's there. They kind of, you can talk down to your wife or whatever. You got to make sure you're doing this with your car. You're this with your car. This with your car. But it sounds like a lot of it's the other way. Like, she did detailing and she keeps it clean. His car's a mess, but then so it's weird. There's like it doesn't follow the stereotype of.
Okay. This is the scene I want to paint of this situation. Husband walks in, all right, babe, love you. Like, again, everything's great inside. Love you, like, makes a little sex joke. He's like, can't wait to fucking...
Yeah, I'll see you.
See you later. It kisses you. He closes the door, walks out. She peeks through the blinds. Like, and she looks out, and he opens all the door, fucking
just throwing shit out.
Throws the car seat out.
In the front lawn.
Like, across the driveway. CDs out the fucking window.
Individual CDs just flipping over.
He's just pushing all the fucking presets. Go to the back of the car where the umbrella is, takes it, opens it up, and throws it in the lawn. And then waves to her.
See ya.
See ya. She's like...
That's what it sounds like is happening.
Yeah.
Maybe this is just a crazed wife who's but that's not the case because she says he's so great in every other way.
I know.
So it's hard for
Danny,
me to...
we're telling you, bring it up. You're not wrong. Tell him to leave your shit alone.
Yeah. Divorce him if you have to. We'll do it for you.
Like, just seat settings, fine. Quit changing radio presets. Go find it manually. And if there's got to be an open preset, right? Just use that one.
Whatever happened to leave something the way you found it type of thing? Like, if you go in and use someone's shit, like, it was always code. If you borrow a dude's truck to move or whatever, you fill it up with gas, you give it back.
Yeah.
And like, there's just things like courteous things like, this was mine, you used it. Why would you leave something just thrashed or torn apart? Like, it's crazy.
Yeah. And like, if Cassie uses my car, the next time I get in, there is a split moment where I think I'm falling to my death. Like, I'll get in the seat and be like, whoa! I'm like, whoa! And like, and I sit down, I feel like
it's like a theme park ride.
Yeah, like a 2-year-old at the grown-up table. I'm like, no.
Like an old lady just driving.
Yeah. I'm just like, beep, beep. But I just push the button and it goes back. It takes fucking 5 seconds. 30 seconds. Yeah, I have to undo the floorboard to make sure the seat can come out from underneath the car.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I guess, weld it back together.
It's like the Batmobile when he drops down into the motorcycle position and he's just driving from down there.
Yeah, you get it. Okay, well, Danny, you're not neurotic. You are right. There we go. That's our ruling. Take
Clank.
A look. Clank, bang. Take a look at some good news?
Sure.
Okay, Zach, whenever you're ready, dude.
So you're telling me there's a chance?
Hooray, we aren't doomed.
Yeah! Okay. Oh, there it is.
That animation was quicker than I thought it was going to be. I like that petty beef one, the long intro. I got a nice, healthy drink.
Yeah. We just space them out. Just slow them down. Hooray, we're not doomed. So this particular Hooray, We're Not Doomed isn't necessarily about, the article itself or like the procedure that happened. It's about the confidence. Okay? That's where I want to go with this. But patient who received a face transplant fell in love with a nurse and they got married a few months ago.
I thought you were going to say he fell in love with himself because he was like
He's like, whoa, who's this handsome
who's
devil?
This fucking guy.
Look at this dime. Whew. This fucking smoke show.
Could you imagine? Why couldn't that happen? Because that's not the face you're used to.
Yeah.
Like, what if you changed it into a woman's face and you're like, holy, I'd fuck me. I'd fuck me.
I'd fuck me. Would you fuck me? Since this story went viral, Joe DeMeo has become a symbol of overcoming adversity. University
of Marvel.
We're Marvel. You get it.
Marvel University.
And a marvel of medicine. The 26-year-old has served as an inspiration for many people who have gone through a similar situation. In a recent interview with People, I love that. Like, if it's not, you didn't know it was a magazine, just interview with people.
He had an interview with people. How many people?
I don't know, 4 at least. He talked about how his life has changed with a growing business and having married a nurse he met during his adaptation of his new life. After suffering a serious accident and receiving a face and hand transplant, DeMeo's reality changed completely, but today it is a completely renewed name. So in July of 2018, Joe, who is
Would you like a new face, Joe?
Would you like a new face, Joe? Would you like to stop at the facelift, Joe? Or would you like to fuck yourself, Joe? He was 18 at the time, suffered a serious car accident after finishing a night shift at work. While driving home, he fell asleep at the wheel and his vehicle crashed. The car hit the side of the road, collided with a curb, and caught fire.
Jesus.
Joe. DeMeo was in a coma for over 3 months, and his rehabilitation process was quite extensive. Basically,
you imagine if they started pulling the plug, they're like wiggling it. Like, come on.
Yeah.
It's like flip.
And I love this guy's attitude. So here's like the first quote of the article from Joe himself. He goes, basically, I was a 20-year-old baby again, and that's not cool. So anyway, that sucked or whatever.
Yeah.
The young man suffered burns on 80% of his body, leaving doctors with no skin for grafts. So in 2020,
no skin in the game.
Yeah, he had to undergo a face transplant, becoming the first person to survive a face and hand transplant. The patient received his grafts from a 47-year-old donor. His surgery lasted 23 hours, and more than 140 professionals participated.
I thought he looked a bit older when I saw the picture.
I can't.
Why can't you take like baby skin or something? Start fresh.
The milestone made Joe DeMeo gain notoriety, and thus he decided to share his recovery process with the world on social media. Through TikTok and Instagram, the young man documented his daily life and shared his experience with his followers, earning People, the magazine again? No, this is other people. Earning people's affection, but also becoming a source of inspiration for many. But having all of that happen, and it says it was through social media that he met who is now his wife, Jessica, and him started dating back in 2021 after DeMeo sent her a message on Instagram asking about her dog.
He dropped in her or slid into her DMs.
Sure did. At the time, the young woman worked as a nurse for transplant patients.
I plowed in her DMs like I did on the
fucking
pavement.
Jackhammering into her DMs. Although she knew Joe's story from a documentary she watched, Jessica clarified to People, again, the other people now, that she never worked with him. Joe and Jessica shared their love story, which broke through prejudices and is centered on the mutual admiration of the lovers.
That he was famous.
Joe's confidence shines through in everything he does, stated the 34-year-old professional. So basically, to go through a car accident, get burned on 80% of your body, get a face transplant, and just be like, I'm going to slide into these DMs.
Mm-hmm. She's 34, dating a guy who's 24, but he looks like he's 44.
Mm-hmm. And just showing you that if you're funny, you can do anything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But that's just...
He's comfortable in his skin.
Yes. Just be confident. Is there anything more attractive than being confident? Is there? That's a question for you guys.
Yes.
What? Tits.
Yeah, you're like having a killer body.
Okay, so I posed that from a good place. I delivered that question to my best friends from a place of understanding.
You're asking men.
Yes. And I thought for a second you guys could take your fucking dick out.
No.
What?
We can't.
No. You can't.
No.
Okay.
I think
women
didn't
go as well as I wanted to.
I think women like that.
You said tits. Zach said money. Next segment. Zach!
You asked the wrong people.
Play it!
The internet is pretty wild. Depending on your browsing habits, you can either experience something super cool or go to prison. Crazy, right? Let's check it out together as a couple. Hey, look what I found.
Yes! That's awesome! I'm telling you, man, once I got lost in the Etsy world, I never came back out.
Yeah, you still haven't come out.
It's been like, what, 3 weeks in a row now?
Yeah.
I hadn't dabbled in there in a bit. There's some fun shit.
Wild west and of the
shipping world.
Yeah.
You know? So this is fun. If you ever just want like it's just titled as a weird letter sent to you or to someone else. This guy can deliver for $21.91. I'm assuming he had like a
AI write it.
Yeah, no, just like a someone like a business team. Be like, what should we price this weird letter? And they're like, I don't know. I was thinking like $19.99, and some guy's like, no, dude, you're ripping yourself off. Okay, we thinking like $21.99. He goes, whoa, too high. No one's paying $21.99 for a weird letter. He's like, okay, well, what should I do?
Just meet in the middle, though.
So hear me out. I'm thinking $21.91. Like, but it is really good. And this is like my family does this stuff. I don't know exactly where it came from.
This guy.
This Craig and this font, I believe, is the exact same as my brother's band. I think it's the exact same everything. My brother, growing up, was in a band called Craig's Brother. If you're into punk rock, you might know of him. But I think that's the exact way that was. I'm going to put in a copyright violation thing to Weird Letter Guy here as soon as we get done with the show. But just drawing weird questions or drawing weird pictures and asking weird questions. It's literally just a weird letter. Sure. And then he'll write, like, he could give you comics. He could give you, like, inspirational quotes. My life continues to happen. We're just a sad guy.
Is it one time you buy one and that's it? Because
I'm sure. I mean, it takes a bit to pull these things off. It's kind of, what's that style called? Like collage pop art? Like that type of
serial killer art?
That's it. That's what I was looking for. But like this particular one example, it's on just in a notebook, and it says, you get a letter, a big portrait, a little portrait, a big comic, a little comic, a messed up tarot card, a business card. Wowee!
Wowee!
Wowee! But this is a really fun idea. I mean, how fun is that? Just a weird little something. This style of art isn't for everyone. But if you are lonely for $21.91, you can be not lonely for 5 minutes. But it has, I mean, nothing but 5-star reviews.
Such a weird price.
I know.
I wonder if they're doing well financially on that.
I don't know. I mean, why not?
It said it was sold out.
Yep. So
there you go.
Yep, he's got to write to this guy. He's got so sick of. He's like, dude, I need a break. He's got hand cramps. He can't fucking do this anymore.
Well, think about it. Let's say I write like a cheesy little letter, or I've got to draw that crazy painting. Like, there's a lot of, for $21, you can get something very simple or something very hard. You got to adjust your price there, dude.
Well, I'm sure he has drawn a bunch of pictures, so he probably just has them all ready to go. And he's like, it's just a weird letter. Like, you don't get to make a request. You just say weird letter, and he just sends you whatever the fuck he's already whipped up, which makes sense. And that meets the price of $21.91.
Yeah, I mean, $21.91. That's
lower than $21.99.
It is lower. You're losing money if you don't. But
it's a little more than $21.50. Yeah, I mean, I know that might be the threshold for a lot of people, but for $21.91, you can get a weird letter. So head over to Etsy and fucking do it. You want to hear from the kids?
Sure.
Okay, we tell Zach or whatever.
Zach, can you push that button that changes the animation?
Wow.
All right, let's hear what you guys think.
Really? You want to talk to me? Wow, that's cool.
You ever been to that house? The Goonie house?
Nope.
Cool.
I've seen it.
What, in the Goonies?
Not in the flesh, but we did a research project on it one time.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
We drove up there one day.
I haven't been.
It's down in Astoria, Oregon, for the people who don't know.
All right, you want to read the first one?
Sure, I'll read it.
Fuck yeah, dude.
First email sent in by our son, Andrew. Esteemed dudes.
Oh, thank you.
With 4 dots.
That's a long pause.
You have put me in a weird position I never knew a comedy podcast would. So I was listening to the part of the recent episode where
Reverse cowgirl.
All
right.
But he's on top?
Yeah, sure. Wherever he doesn't want to be.
Imagine that. You're with a girl, but you're on top.
Yeah.
In reverse cowgirl.
Oh, yeah.
You'd have to bend
Do
way.
I come?
I mean, if you can.
Let me do it for you.
So I was listening to part of the recent episode where you mentioned the whole birth certificate for that 13 hotel person. My whole life, if you don't remember, it's what was it? Hotel.
If you don't remember, let me go ahead and what was that again?
I was hoping you would remember.
No, I don't.
13
Granite 13 Hotel.
Something like that.
Shit.
Yeah.
I thought I had
13 Hotel. It was a rock and then 13 Hotel. But I forget what granite or granite.
Granite.
It wasn't granite, but it was something like that. Anyway, back to you.
I thought I had my whole life I thought I had my birth certificate. When my wife and I got married, I thought her birth certificate looked more official than mine. When we got the birth certificates for our sons, I thought theirs also looked more official than mine. I never knew
what the hell's going on here.
Let's see, why
does mine look so dumb?
Mine looks like it was made in a printer. at a school.
Is mine Kirkland? What the fuck?
Sam's Club.
Okay, gotcha.
When we got the birth certificates for our sons, I thought they also looked more official than mine. I never knew there was a difference between a birth certificate and a certificate of live birth.
Yeah.
Which I didn't either.
Didn't know till 13 Hotel?
Yep. I joined the military and the state highway patrol using not a birth certificate.
Not a bomb.
And no one ever told me. I now have to get my own birth certificate at 30. Sent in from Samsung Smart Fridge.
He must have been in the middle of breakfast.
That's when he's just eating his eggs.
He's like, do we have any milk? Fuck, I gotta write these. I gotta write my dad's.
He's like, hey, Alexa, put some milk on my thing. And also send an email to Hey Guys.
I love, just our fucking show. And this guy just has a life-changing moment. We're just joking around about some fucking thing, and he's like, oh, fuck me.
30 years later, he's like, shit.
Yeah, we're like, I don't know, fucking dick baby AIDS. And he's like,
I'll be damned.
How the fuck did I even become a police officer? God,
wait, am I?
Am I a police officer?
I have a uniform.
I better go to the fridge.
I haven't got a recent paycheck yet.
I better head over to the fridge and make sure. Yeah, I'm going to check this out. Our second email coming in from our dicks out son, Kyle, who writes, here I am, about to go to bed, listening to Can You Don't, and y'all say dying with your dick out. And I thought it'd be a good time to send this email in. So October of 2024, I lived in the middle of nowhere outside of Canyonlands National Park to Highline. So this is our, slackline, Highline. He also was juggling riding the unicycle. Kyle's a fucking wild card.
Yeah.
And we love him. And you'll see in this email, he's done this before in past emails where he's attaching images and shit. I don't know what's going on with Kyle's phone, but he doesn't even know what he's sending. He's like, I don't know if I sent the right thing. It's like, what are you on? Like, is the bottom half of the phone...
You're looking at what you're doing, right?
Like, is the bottom half of the phone just broken? Yeah. Like, did he fall off the unicycle? And it snapped it. And he's like, I don't know if I sent the right thing, but fucking good luck.
You'll figure it out.
You'll figure it out. All month, I spent every day 600 feet off the ground on 1-inch wide webbing. Basically, flat rope. Again, you described all of this to us. It's not going to stick with us because we don't fucking highline. People are always out there highlining, base jumping, partying, and sometimes we do rope swings out there. I've seen those videos. Like, you know what I'm talking about? Where they jump out here. You're about to see one. We're talking 210 feet long rope with about 4 full seconds of free fall before the rope starts to catch you. That's a thrill ride. So I was out there one quiet Monday, just my buddy and I. I'm starting to get gear ready to rig up a high line when two people crest the hill and join me at the cliff.
I love how he's just
howdy.
It's like those guys that have a very specific passion, but they talk in lingo of that. It's like, oh, I'm just revving up I'm
revving up a 280 fucking bipolar belt sander.
You're like, oh, what is? I don't
just say sander.
Yeah.
So they crested, joined me at the cliff. I asked what they were up to, and they said, fucking rope swing.
Just out here, bro.
I offered my help with nobility and absolutely ulterior motive. I slyly told them my birthday was in a few days. Kyle, you motherfucker. Well, we were setting it up. Like, what made him think that? He goes, dude, they're not going to let me use this. This is my birthday. He's like, okay, I'll do it.
Dude, people love birthdays, bro.
So while we were setting it up, lo and behold, they offered to let my buddy and I do it. I asked if I could do it with my balls out. They said, of course. Dude.
As one does.
Dude, Kyle's out there just living life.
Yeah, he is.
Typically, people test these things first using a bag filled with rocks equaling more than the heaviest person jumping. Sounds like the best way in this situation to test something, and they didn't do it. And he said, we did not do this. Instead of jumping first, no test, just Kyle. Naked Kyle. I jumped and forced myself to stay aware as I possibly plummeted to my death. I spread my legs, stared at the rocks rushing towards me at 87 miles per hour, thinking, were the rocks this close last time? The ropes caught, and I dangled 200 feet down this 400-foot canyon for 15 minutes while they set up a winch. After learning more about rope swings, I should have died with my dick out. Do pancakes have dicks? Yeah, I guess
just a dick with your pancake with your dick poking up.
Just like the lid of a 50-gallon drum, but with a fucking dick out of it. I'm likely 98% that this is the right video. If not, let me know and I'll send the right one.
Just watch the video first, dude.
Like, what did he send me? Like, why is he leaving that job?
This is a picture of him like filming something weird in a parking lot.
Yeah, just him and his friends eating pizza.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, I don't think this was the right one. Your dick's in. There's nothing super graphic. You really can't tell I'm naked due to the harness. Extra rope coiled on my side and thighs so white they look like shorts. Use my name in video if you want. We will. Here you go. So I know if you're just listening, you can't see this, but here's naked Kyle.
Yes, sir.
And could you guys do this? I'm glad he didn't die, but watch this fucking jump. Yep, one last fix those fucking locks, dude. Kyle!
Yeah, boy!
Holy shit.
What if he came back and just smacked
That's what he's
rocks,
saying.
dude?
It's the whole email. It's the whole email. Fuck, Kyle. I mean, with the dicks out?
Yeah, buddy.
I mean, you're saving the corner some work.
It looks...
I guess there's not a whole lot that could have happened. Like, that's a open and shut case. You go out there for a dead body and there's an exploded body on the rocks with a rope swing tied to him.
Yeah.
And you're like, what happened here?
Yeah. He fall from space.
Oh, was this a hot air ballooner?
It's probably a popular slack line. This isn't slack line.
Rope
this
swing.
is high line, bro.
Yeah. Dude, see, you're learning something from Kyle.
I respect those guys so much that can just like how confident he was standing there on the ledge. He's just like, fucking gonna do it, dude.
Send it.
If I was standing there gonna do that, I would be vomiting and shitting and thinking about every possible thing that could go wrong.
Yeah.
And not only does he not think about that, he's like, I'm not even going to test it with rocks.
No one even fucking tested it. Just Kyle.
I'm just going to go.
Just Kyle.
He's going to test it with his giant rocks.
If anything, if you guys are just listening, and if you don't know what this activity looks like, head over and look at it.
It's bungee jumping with a swing. It's like
just swing. It's crazy.
It looks like crazy fun, though.
It does.
What a rush.
I know. All right, well, that's episode 145. Become part of the gaggle. Yeah, we keep going. You just got to sign up and support us on Patreon. Please do. It means so much. Patreon.com/CanYouDon'tPodcast. We got Instagram and Facebook. Got some new videos up. Be sure to check out the new merch we got at CanYouDon'tPodcast.com with that new merch giveaway. Anything you buy between now and the end of the month, you'll be entered into the grand prize draw. Grand prize drawing for a chance to win the opportunity to either send us something, we'll sign it and send it back, or just have us pick it and we'll send it to you. Rate and review us wherever you listen to podcasts. And thanks to Uncle Zach producing today's show. I'm going to be on Just the Ride. Oh, shit, it's already out by the time this comes out.
Did you have fun?
Out for a week.
Yeah. Scatcast.com. That's scat with a K. Everything that Uncle Zach is up to. Yeah. And a shout out to the babysitters that moderate the Can You Don't Facebook page. We appreciate you guys. I've got a dad joke that I've never heard before. Which, with the amount of research we do in dad joke land is surprising.
Good God. Wrap it up already, huh?
And it's good. What do you call birds that stick together? Velcros.
No.
I mean, that one's for everybody.
That's really good.
That's like 5 years old all the way up, and I've never heard it.
Imagine tearing them apart from each other. It's that. Another Seinfeld episode. I never liked Velcro with the tearing sound. Jerry's dad.
Yeah. All right, let's do the bonus stuff. All right. You say bye.
Bye.